Charlie Spitzer for RatRodTV. Here we go.
We came to Sema, the largest automotive trade show on the planet, in search of rat rods, new rat and to find out what the experts think of this new hot rodding phenomenon.
That's the magic of rat rods to me. They're real. You know, when you get one that's done right and it's built safely and it's got the right vibe, they're just fun. You don't have to wash it. I mean, you can clean this thing with sandpaper, man.
We understand. Matt said there's bird shit over there on the
Oh
firewall.
yeah. This is one of the things we grab the bird and squeeze him so crap on it, man. It's like that's the look. There you go.
So what is? There's a controversy about hot rods and rat rods. So in your opinion, what is a rat rod?
Well, I tell you what. See that? Yeah, I'll have to kind of give you a broad explanation. To me, a rat rod, resto rod, nostalgia rod, whatever you want to call it, is something that captures that vibe. It captures that excitement of early hot rodding. The only thing that I require when I'm talking about somebody with a rat rod thing is if they've built it safe. If the welds are good, the workmanship is great, I love it. If it's unsafe, well, obviously we don't want that. You know, and there's a difference there. You've seen those sort of vehicles too. But, you know, we want, you know, this sort of vibe. It needs to be something rustic, and I love to see somebody that has used their imagination. You know, where they've gone out and said, listen, you know, we're not going to use this billet thing here. We're not going to use this gas pedal here. I'm going to use that old doorknob because I think it looks cool. You know, the 32 I'm doing on the show, my shifter knob, I made out of a vintage microphone. And because I collect vintage microphones, and I'm like, that's an awesome shift knob. And then we made it to open up to where the buttons are inside, to where that opens up my exhaust cutout. So we got that whole James Bond thing going, you know.
Very cool.
The ejection seat kind of thing. And people look at it and go, gosh, that's cool. I'm going to use a beer tap on mine, or I'm going to use an old glass doorknob for mine. The idea behind this truck, I mean, you can see that it's got the later model engine in it. But, you know, this is the real patina on this thing. And we got with a couple of airbrush guys. They did the logos and everything, kept it all old school, didn't change anything on it. One of the things that I did on the show was go through and change the rear end out because it had the old leaf spring, you know, the thing was just hopping like crazy. And, you know, the thing is with these sort of cars, we want to drive them. And we want to drive them hard. It's not just about a look thing. And so I put ladder bars in there, but did a ladder bar system that works with the leaf springs. So when you look up underneath there, it's old school ladder bar and old school leaf spring. You know, so it's all the right look. This sucker will hook like a mother, man. That's the second set of slicks on there. And that's the thing, when we took this thing out, you launch it, you'll see it on the show over there, the whole bed's bouncing off and everything.
It's great.
And it just, you know, people are just like, whoa, that's awesome.
So did you ever think that a truck that looked like this would be on this show floor attracting this kind of attention?
No, it's a Dodge. These things were ugly, remember?
They were ugly then, it's ugly now.
Yeah.
You need to do a rat, a traditional rat.
Yeah.
Do the frame. Get an old rusted body.
Oh yeah.
Shoot it full of holes. We'll come down when you're done. We'll shoot it full of holes for you. You should do one of those on the show.
I'm planning on doing that. Good. I just haven't decided. You know, if I really want to do like an old tow truck. You know, it's just some old kind of. I'm talking like a 30s Ford pickup or something. Slam it down. Put this old rustic tow hook hanging out the back. You know, that kind of deal. You'd love that.
Rat tow truck.
Absolutely.
Right on. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It'll be a touch.
All right.
Thanks,
my pleasure,
Stacy.
man.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks. And this is the official Cherry Bomb Rat truck. Tell us about this truck, man.
We found this truck in Atlanta for like $300. As you see it now,
$300.
The finish on it now is just how God applied it. So we decided to do something different. You know, it's a rat rod, but we wanted something a little more that we could drive and drag race, but has the look of a rat rod. So what we done is we just took a 528 Hemi in it, 680 horse. It's backed up by a Viper 6-speed transmission. It's got Raider wheels, Coker wide whites on it, ladder bar suspension system in the back. Kept all the look, want to keep the look of the engine. We naxied up the engine, the valve covers on it, got fingerprints on it. It was a nice shiny new crate motor when we got it. It's like, nah, it's too shiny. But it worked. Everything works.
Over here.
Yeah, we don't need a heater.
Cobwebs, some rust, and I believe there's a spider living down here.
Right. So what we did, the heat source is generated by the exhaust that's up under the truck. It's got long tube dart headers on it, and we took our Cherry Bomb 4-inch bullet mufflers on the end of the headers and built zoomies to come out the back. As you see the zoomies here, basically they're 2 1/4-inch pipes. We took stainless steel exhaust tips and turned them upside down, and you see the slash cut tip and just welded them on there. So it all shakes. When it's running, it all vibrates and shakes. So people just freak out. They think the motor's in the back when they walk up to the truck. I think it's got a top fuel engine in the back of it. So, a lot of us don't have the money to paint our cars. It's one of the most expensive things to do is body work and paint. Everybody can put a motor in, everybody can do wheels and tires, but body work is just out of the hands of a lot of enthusiasts. So it's a cool thing to see, keeping it, I'm not really worried about the body, but I want to go out and race some hell and have fun. I'm not, and it's kind of the end thing now, just not worry about it.
In your opinion, what is the difference between a rat rod and a hot rod?
A rat rod is more, we wouldn't consider this a rat rod. Rat rods are mostly uncomfortable because the guys, they go for too much, shock value, like lawn chair seats, stuff like that, beer can overflow tanks, which is cool in its own right, but you may not want to drive it every day. A hot rod is something more, I throw this truck really into traditional hot rodding because it's more traditional styling, but it's functional. You can drive it, it's got roll-up windows, the seat's fairly comfortable in it. It is a bit of a beast, it's loud, but you're not sitting on a 5-gallon bucket either, Some of these rat rods are dangerous looking, the stuff that's in them, and it's like, I don't know if I drive that a lot.
Well, let's start it.
I can't. I get kicked out of Sema.
Come on, let's start it. Come on, man. Come on, let's start it. Come on, man. Fire it up.
No, they won't.
Have you had sex in the car yet?
By myself.